and welcome to our next episode of Open Pendragon. These things are pretty informal, so we're gonna have some fun tonight, roll some dice. Hopefully not have our player characters die. Let me do one thing. I am invisible, which isn't very helpful to the crowd, so let me fix that. While I'm doing that, why don't we just introduce who our knights are tonight? We'll start with Jaren, Varys, and Rothgar.
All right. Well, my name's Zach, and I'm playing Sir Jaren of Newton Manor, and as always, fighting Saxons on the towards the east, and loving it or hating it or both.
It's fair.
And I'm Drex. I'm playing Sir Varys. He's a mercenary knight that is once again going to be killing some Saxons, hopefully, on the East Coast.
Indeed.
All right. And hi, I'm going to be playing Sir Hrothgar, a new knight, at least on the terms of this series. And I don't want to spoil too much, but he is also a mercenary knight. And I'm sure he's going to have a fun and interesting relationship with everyone here.
All right. Excellent. And you bought me enough time to get my bouncy icon on here, so we're good. All right. Let's see. We can dive right in tonight. I think we're going to start with a feast. So I'll let you guys kind of tell me why you think you're here, but I'll give you some options and thoughts about why you might be in Humble Creek Manor. We'll stay on this map first, and I'll kind of describe what's going on in the lay of the land. So, the Saxons have grown on the east coast effectively for a while now. Last year, there was a major threat coming from Nohat in Dira up here that sort of fought their major turning point battle at the edge of Logris. Logris is this whole area in green. That's the kingdom of King Uther Pendragon. Uther's army was successful in not only repelling the Saxon forces, but actually capturing Acta and Neosa. And what was the other significant piece I was going to say? Oh, Prince Madoc launched a counter assault into Dira and Nohat, effectively sort of maiming them. So while the kingdoms still remain, they're in the northern Saxons are in the worst state possible. However, in the south, the two oldest Saxon kingdoms, South Seax and Kent, remain intact. And you know what? I'm gonna do some button clicky things. I mentioned Eosa and Acta from the north. They're the ones in captivity right now. Then they're also the relatives of Hengist, who's like a Knight of Long Knives figure. So a reason for everyone to hate. If you're not familiar with Knight of Long Knives, it's effectively the Red Wedding of this setting. King Eli of South Seax. King Ace of Kent. And then probably the most recent sort of major change is King Acewine taking over both the counties of Caerwent and Caercolin after slaughtering the young Duke Lucius and his loyal supporters.
Woo! Oh,
right. Bittersweet. So just a few more things about the lay of the land. Each of these areas is a duchy, and what that means is that the duchy the Duke can actually call for that entire area to rally together, to muster. So they have the rights over calling warriors, calling soldiers together, calling armies together. So we have the Duchy of Cornwall, we have the Duchy of Glevum, we have the Duchy of the March, we have the Duchy of Lindsey, or Linden, and we used to have a Duchy of the Saxon Shore. That's gone. All these areas that aren't duchies, Huntland, Heartland, Tribute, etc., including Salisbury, they either are ruled by a count, such as Salisbury and Summerland, or in most cases, they have no count, and they're just lands divided amongst several baronies and bannerets and stuff like that. Which kind of brings us into the state we're in now. So, Humble Creek is not right at the border of the Saxon Shore. It's a fair distance away, and because it is a wealthy place, as we go into the feast here, they have been keeping an active garrison and making sure to hire in mercenary knights or anyone they can to simply stay and sort of, stay, drink, be merry, get paid more than usual, and not really have to do anything unless shit hits the fan. And that might be a reason why you're here, but we probably can explain why each of our knights are here as we get things going. If I can get you all to drag your tokens out onto the feast screen, we can get the feast going. Ooh. Well, I can
I'm
fix
so
that.
small.
Yeah.
No.
You got
I
hit with
rub
that Mario thing there. You got hit
Yeah.
once. What's
I need
your
a mushroom.
Sir Hrothgar. There we go. All right. And I will get you back your relative. Oh, Varys, you're missing yours as well. Weird. Thought we fixed that for you.
My what? Huh?
You got like the old token. We don't have you with the
Oh, with the
with your
shield.
shield. Oh well,
Mm.
it's okay. Not important right now. We'll start with appearance rolls.
Appearance.
Hrothgar killing
Hrothgar
it.
is beautiful. Oh boy.
Now, Mark, you roll a second time.
I didn't botch.
Oh, you didn't botch. Never mind.
It's just
Right.
failure.
Failure just puts you below the salt.
Yeah.
And apparently, I deleted on the floor, anyways. So
I would say there's a very good reason that will become apparent why he's
Yeah.
probably below the salt.
okay, indeed. And then for that, we have both Ferris and Jaren. You can go near the salt. Oh.
Who's this fellow over here towards the right? I don't see a name under him.
I can fix that for you.
Ah, okay.
Historically, Cadfred was Perrin's original master before he almost died. So,
That mustache. All right.
yeah. Okay, I think we can begin. I'll just do kind of a quick introduction to some of the people that you might be aware of here. So we have Sir Jareth. He's a banneret of Uther. It's very interesting. He's in a very interesting scenario. So his wife is the prominent daughter of a baron. Jareth's land, however, what makes him a banneret is currently under Saxon control in Caerwent and Caercolling. So he's kind of a displaced banneret. but he was granted rulership or stewardship over Humble Creek Manor as well, before the Saxons took everything over. So he has, to date, he technically owns Humble Creek and in Newton Manor, back in Salisbury. Then we have the displaced family, which have decided to owe fealty to Jareth. Jareth's friends, Sir Every, Lady Rhiannon and Tanwin, which were twins, and a young bastard daughter of Humble Creek. And finally, their household knight, Sir Cadford. All right. So why don't we kick this off with Jaren?
All right. Well, Sir Jaren obviously is always having a great time when his older brother is at the feast. So,
Thought so.
we'd be doing all kinds of mingling at this kind of feast. But I do want to do a card this round. I might do some intriguing after a round 2, but let me draw some cards. Is this how many rounds? You said 2-round feast?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's technically marked as a 3-round feast. It'll be interrupted at 2 rounds. It's just a note. So.
Okay. We'll have our swords out. Okay, this round.
Yeah.
Wearing
armor.
right.
I'm wearing armor this feast.
I wear chainmail. I just had this feeling. All right, let's see what I got. Dangerous game. Several young knights play a rather dangerous game with knives. Ask you to join. That seems like a good way to lose fingers, and I need them for sorting. Gentle woman. A lady takes a shine to you and helps spruce up some of your clothing. At the start of each round, you can keep this card or discard it. If you keep it, +2 geniality per round. Cannot draw cards while you keep this one. Okay. Well, that should be fine.
The trick of that one, we've actually seen that quite a bit lately. I don't know why all of a sudden it's popped up like twice recently. But
Yeah.
The trick with that one is if you're going for a longer feast and you're not very good at like the feast stuff, you can keep that card and you can do the other type of feast actions, and that +2 geniality per round bonus is pretty nasty for glory gaining.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one, just because I have some plans that are non card plans in future rounds.
Okay, I'm gonna say for sure this, unless you think otherwise. I think this is Lady Rhiannon probably. So.
Oh yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
I think they've talked before in the past, so they know each other.
Yeah.
Sir Jaren, as far as his appearance, he does take pride in his appearance. He definitely has that trait from his family at Newton Manor, and he does look pretty good. But even so, it seems like he apparently needs a woman's touch on a few things. Perhaps a fold of clothing is out of place and he hasn't noticed.
Awesome. All right. Hold on one sec. I'm going to try something here. I have this issue with the map where the map is cut off very easily. I'm going to move some stuff over for this one. All right, that's much better. I know it displaced everyone, but just ignore it for now. I'll fix it as we go. Okay. Okay, so you chose dangerous game, correct? Is what you said?
No, the gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman? Okay, perfect. Do you want to roleplay anything with that, or is it just kind of evident, like she comes over and...
If you wanted to, is Rhiannon the one that had the bastard child, or is that the sister?
Intrigue test.
I am good at this. Yes.
They've done an awfully great job at like obscuring that. If that makes any sense. I think that's what you get with a failure.
Okay, that's perfect because Jaren is very blunt with these things. If you wanted to do a little role play,
Yeah, sounds good.
so Sir Jaren's perhaps getting some food. Oh, we gotta roll some food.
Yeah, hold on, I fixed that in Open Pendragon now. It does the thing. Look at that.
Okay, so he's getting some of that roasted salmon in the wine sauce, and clearly one of his sleeves that he's rolled up because he didn't want to get anything on the sleeves has fallen back down, and he hasn't noticed as he's looking across the table at a new face, two new faces that he hasn't seen before, other nights. If she wants to stop his sleeve from dunking into the wine sauce.
She'll be like, "Oh, Sir Jaren, here, let me help. Don't want you to make a mess here."
Oh, thank you. Right. And he straightens up a bit as he gets the food onto his plate. And he turns and gives a nod and a small smile. Lady Rhiannon, it's been far too long. I mean, I suppose not very long. I've been all over Huntland, defending the borders.
I imagine so. I'm glad to see that you fare well. And she kind of looks over your arms and sort of neck area. She says, "I don't see any signs of wounds. That's always a good thing."
Well, not any large wounds anyway. And he stands pretty straight and a bit proud. They never get close enough to inflict anything major, but there are many of them. It won't matter. In the end, we'll fight them all off and regain your lands.
She smiles at that, but you can tell it's a little forced. Of course. It's only a matter of time.
And question, Bob, the bastard child, Rhiannon, is she like? I remember the last time she was at a feast, she was running around and making noise and stuff. Is she still doing that? I don't know how many years it's been since then. I think she's a toddler then.
Yeah, it's been a few years. She is now somewhere, like, you can tell she's probably... Well, she stands at the size of like a 9 or 10-year-old. She's probably, like, her face looks a bit younger than that though. And she looks like she's... Her eyes burn with sort of intensity, like she wants to be going and doing those things. She's watching some of the other kids that are present play, and the dogs and stuff. Yeah, I think it's a dog. She's currently like, you watch as she sort of feeds one of the dogs table scraps. So that's what she's doing now. But certainly has grown up a bit.
And as Sir Jaren looks over, he smiles genuinely, actually having a fond memory of this young girl running amok at a feast. And, you know, Sir Jaren and feasts don't usually mix so well, so anything out of the norm is slightly exciting to him. He turns back to the lady and says, "How is your daughter, niece. He draws through the words, not exactly sure now that he's started spitting the words out.
She smiles, and she says, "Niece, Sir Jaren, though I'd appreciate it if you didn't make that so obvious. We'd like to keep the matter veiled, and so does your brother."
Oh, I Sir Jaren looks around as if we're being eavesdropped by everybody. Is there something I should know about? Why the secrecy?
It's a matter of rights and marriage, opportunities to improve the status and avoid continued. She pauses. Well, slander.
Ah, right. And
It's already
he
hard enough with father having gone the way he went.
Of course. And I he kind of looks around a bit, very obviously
She says,
uncomfortable as he looks around.
"Have you met Sir Cadford? Come on, you have to meet him. He's wonderful." She kind of like
Oh,
takes
good,
you by the
good.
arm. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Been meaning to. Yeah, of course.
All right. Awesome. And then
That was good.
what was that card worth? 2 geniality, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The genialities. Okay, so that brings us to Sir Varys.
Yeah. I think Varys is gonna take a chance with the cards again too.
Sounds good.
Gossip. All right. So it's some sort of
Speaking of gossip in Cumble Creek.
right. Uh-oh. Someone might have just heard something. I'll have to see about that. And I don't believe I get a second card because I don't have enough glory, I think it is, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not yet.
Yeah, okay. Then I will make that roll.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
Okay, I'm trying to. You overhear some interesting conversation. Then discard this card. Okay. Do you want information, like gossip information about Humble Creek itself, like in its history, or are you looking for something more recent with things that are going on?
Probably something more recent. Sir Varys has never actually been here before, so
Okay. You overhear a couple of like the servants and stuff, and they're gossiping. One of them says, "Did the sheriff come through again?" And the other says, "Yes, recently. Still no sign of the outlaw." The other nods. "I hope they catch them soon, if they're even in person." And the other one raised a brow. "What do you mean by that?" And, well, it could be a fairy night. And The other servant smacks the other one on the head and says, "Don't be ridiculous. We're not in Summerland." So it sounds like there's some sort of errant
Weirdness going on.
outlaw of some sort in the region.
Yeah. All right. That's interesting.
All right. Let's move to Hrothgar. First time seeing them on any sort of screen.
I think with this, everyone is alerted to his presence as he stands from below the salt. Immediately as he rises to his full height, he towers over everyone here. A venerable giant as he makes his way over to a place where he can pick out some food. He himself has an almost wildish, messier kind of exterior. His nose is kind of crooked as if it's been broken and not quite set properly. He himself is unmistakable as, what he is. As many people would have, or many knights would have seen men like him on the battlefield before, as he is indeed a Saxon. He stands tall as he makes his way to around the feast, and he's going to draw a feast card.
All right, sounds good. Seems
Ooh.
fitting.
Great deeds. This is going to be modest versus proud. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Damn.
look at that.
Oh, so proud.
Yeah.
Proud as fuck.
The Saxon walking in like, I'm the best.
I think it's literally him walking around. There's like a few knights that are talking, and he just crooks his head over, kind of having to lean forward into the conversation, and with a giant smile goes, I have a great tale myself of a mighty deed I've performed.
Okay. I think because you critted on that, I'll give you a +5 to orate.
Ooh, nice. I'm gonna need it.
I figured as much.
Waiting for that
Nope.
fumble. Oh.
Not got a fumble. But I think, in this circumstance, he's just kind of very off-putting for the knights, that his story doesn't really ring true for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them begin to gossip. This is probably a lot of the mercenary knights that are kicking around here, because the hall's filled with them. It's sort of, Jaren, it sort of feels a bit more, less noble than the last time you visited here. This feels a lot more like a muster in a sense. So.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and so despite being, no, 2 for the card though.
Yeah. Just looking at a Saxon in a place where he really does not belong is novel enough.
Right. Yeah, I think your size catches people's attention. Is it over 18?
It is 19.
Okay. So this is above Kimrick size, so this would be very noticeable as someone not from around these parts. So
Well, definitely catches Jaren's eye.
Yeah.
And the expression on his face grows quite grim.
Noted.
Varys, similarly, looks rather displeased. but doesn't seem to react other than that.
And we'll say that this feast is a small celebration of Jareth. Jareth has kids now, actually. I believe Jareth has 2. Let me just look it up. On the Family Echo.
Are they sons or daughters?
I think 1 and 1, if I remember correctly. Is it in Humble Creek?
Oh god, they're gonna be demon children coming out of those 2.
Yeah, you're not wrong. What am I looking for? Newton Manor, right? Here we go. I swear we established it. We won't worry about it for now. They wouldn't be at the feast anyways. So we'll say it's the twins' birthday, so it's being celebrated. All right. We go to round 2. And we'll go to Jaren next.
So is it possible to approach other players as an action? Because I realistically don't see Jaren doing anything else other than confronting the Saxon who's at this small gathering.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do it.
Okay, so
What is
after
your
getting
intention, actually?
To find out who he is and why he's here.
By
Jaren
being-
almost is insulted that this guy's here.
Yeah, by being kind of direct or whatever. Is that the idea?
Oh yeah, Jaren's just gonna walk up to him.
Just for funsies, can you make a courtesy test?
Yeah. Courtesy. Oh wow!
I mean,
I was about to modify it by my cruel Saxon enemy 6, but it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're. I would probably just interpret that as you not wanting to, ruin things for your brother. I think it's probably the only thing I can think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you interpret it though. You'll do it just fine.
Yeah, instead of picking up the closest cutting knife, and he all he has is a balled fist. But after he gets done talking to those he knows, very curtly cuts off that conversation with them and walks on over. And Sir Jaren isn't a small fella either. He does have size 17. He walks quite straight of posture, and has seen much battle. And he walks up to wherever Sir Hrothgar is, and gets within his eye line. Wherever he's looking, he moves to where the Saxon is looking.
Sir Hrothgar would look over to the man that is clearly trying to gain his attention. A perpetual large grin is always on his face, and it does not seem to waver as this man, that perhaps maybe not the best intentions, has approached him.
And Sir Jaren gives a pointed look and says, "A Baroque Saxon, I hope."
Of course. I doubt any other would be so foolish enough as to wander into Logris territory. Then again, never known them to be the smartest of my kind. Of my kin, he would say, actually.
And Sir Jaren's eyebrow raises. Can I make a what it would be intrigue to
Yeah.
see if he's lying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that is Jaren's strong point. Wow. Okay. Does that mean I check this because it's so low?
Yes. 5 or under. Yeah, that's our house rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So curiously enough, I think we're gonna go to Rothgar's sheet. How honest is Rothgar?
He is as honest as he is deceitful.
Deceitful. Yeah. But safe to say, it's very clear for someone who exceeded it intrigue that he is telling the truth.
Yeah. He's very much like his guard is down. He doesn't seem to be trying to disguise anything about himself. He's very upfront about who he is and what he is.
Okay, as Sir Jaren does, an ocular pat down, his demeanor shifts noticeably to a bit more relaxed and not about to get into a brawl. And he continues. Well, good then. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Blackwin, Sir Blackwin.
Sir Blackwin. Can't say I do. See one of the Baroque?
He is, actually. Was my sire. A good knight. Perhaps even a better person.
A Kimric knight serving under Baroque Saxon. That's an ironic twist.
And Sir Jaren has a small smirk on his face. It is quite a strange thing, but worked out well. He taught me much of the woodlands and hunting and falconry. A lot of good skills, especially out when patrolling the borders to Huntland. I've had a hard time here. I'm assuming with Baroque being on a similar border to the Saxon kingdoms that you've had a hard time there.
To be honest, not really. It's been good for business. Saxons that need to be killed is well, very profitable for a mercenary knight. Though, of course, I do every once in a while get someone who forgets which side we're on. Had a few near scrapes because of that, but otherwise it's been good. Real good. With that, the grin seems to grow a little wider.
And it's quite contagious as Sir Jaren has a smile growing on his face as he nods. There has been much fighting, much battle. Hopefully, results come in the future, but with most of Logris's forces now in the west, and under our king's banner, the east is, well, light with knights, even mercenary knights, and we need all we can get. I hope, then, if you are here and looking for work, that we could work together. There's plenty to kill.
In which case, I look forward to it. I've been meaning to get my axe into a couple Saxons. It's been at least a winter since I last did. Too long. Too long.
Too long indeed. And Sir Jaren smiles and gives a small laugh. But I'll cut off my turn here.
No worries. That was good. Why don't we go to Varys next?
All right. Well, I'm keeping this card, so I can't draw a card. So I guess I will just try to do some basic feasting. So that's the temperate thing or whatever versus gluttony.
Oh, you wanted to do the
Yeah.
Did you want to approach it from? Did you want Varys to be temperate or indulgent?
I want him to be temperate.
Okay, so he's going around
Or
making sure
attempt to
everyone's got
Yeah.
things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure everyone's tended to as best he can.
Which is, I think that would stand out if you're successful. That would certainly stand out as well, it would stand out on basically a mercenary night, right?
Right.
There's like an opportunity to get a free meal. You're not
Right.
You're not
And
taking it. Yeah.
He's trying to pass it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to note that by taking that route, you will not benefit. It's not a skill roll.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm saving it for now. Yeah.
And
And
oh, sorry.
critted that.
Oh,
How do you have
That
a 20?
ain't right.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
That's
One
not
sec.
right. Let me check the sheet.
Yeah, just delete what's
Oh,
in there
it-
Is
altogether.
there another dot in there?
It
or
rolls
It rolled
one.
Yeah,
100.
130.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this again. Because I was like, that ain't right. No,
Yeah.
that was not right.
What a temperate score though.
there.
There you go.
There we go. Take it.
All right. You can take temperate.
All right.
It's
do
not a
that.
crit, so it doesn't turn into.
Right.
What did you roll before? A 3? Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just making sure you didn't roll 13 prior.
Right.
As that would have been crit. But yeah, even with a success, I think what it is like, as you're going, you see Sir Every. He's walking around, and when he sees you kind of offering people, more and stuff, he just kind of nods to you. It gains his respect a little bit. Well met, Sir Knight.
Well met.
Are
He
you
doesn't actually know this guy, so
are you one of the mercenaries here?
I am. I'm new to these lands.
Understood. I wish the other ones acted like you. He looks over to a couple of them that are just like completely wasted, and they're just
Right.
eating like everything they can.
My family taught me well.
He nods. You come from landed knights, then?
Yes. From Ripon up in Malmhut.
Heard of Ripon? It's one of the counties up there, yes?
Yes.
Well then. Sir Varys, enjoy.
I will. I will. Most gracious of you.
Alrighty. And we'll give you your dues.
I think I need to get my genie out, my pretty orange coins.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I'll be right back.
You succeeded at your intrigue, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I get 2 for the gentlewoman card.
Yep. And a 3rd for your action. And a 4th for
And a
being
4th.
near the soul. There you go. Your stockpile of coins.
Oh boy.
Feast time. All right. And actually, no. That's what Drax should be at. Okay. So now we go to Hrothgar.
All right. I think Hrothgar at this point thinks she's suitably kind of blended in, despite being a giant sore thumb. He's going to indulge himself a little,
All right.
having a little bit of everything and drinking intensely.
Absolutely.
So that's an indulgent roll.
Yeah, he's one of the knights that Every probably pointed to.
Oh yeah.
Just reach your hand into the heraldric emblem and meat
Yeah.
jelly.
It's a failure, unfortunately.
I don't think failure
I don't
or
think I get
success
anything.
does anything. It just means you don't get a tick on indulgent. That's all. And you're down. You don't get a genealogy.
Yeah,
for it.
I'm gonna Jane
Yeah.
out. All good.
Yeah. So the host would like if you succeed at that. I think what it is, if you succeed at that, it's like you're being a very, like you're doing what a guest would be expected to do. But because you're kind of a guest of honor, it's more like you're here at this like you're like, oh, fast. Oh, this is all you can eat restaurant, huh? So you're,
Exactly.
yeah,
I think he just grabs a jug and just downs it.
yeah. So instead of being positive, it's kind of like others are just like, oh, and then your size alone, I think people stay clear of you. So, all right. Okay, so that brings us to the third round. So at this point, you see a knight enter. They're they're breathing pretty heavily. Actually, we should test awareness to see who spots him, if anybody. Right up front.
Do we add geniality to this?
I'll give it to you because it's a feast right now. Like, it's a matter of like spotting someone new in the feast.
Oh,
So close.
bare failure.
He's got Edward luck.
Yep.
All right, so Jaren and Varys, you both see someone enter. They look like they're sweating and out of breath, and they're clearly like noble stock. In fact, they're it looks like with their hair messed up and stuff, you imagine they just took off like armaments to come in because they wouldn't have been allowed to enter with them.
Sadly.
Jaren's like, I've been
Yeah.
trying to change that around. Just like-
I've hid 5 swords around the feast and no one's noticed yet. Sir Jaren would shoot up from his chair. Clearly, something is going on, and he'd quickly. I mean, if this guy is not stopped by guards or anything the like, Sir Jaren would stride over to him.
It's not because of the state of this with all the mercenary knights and stuff. They do look at him funny, but they, seeing that he's not wearing armaments or anything, they assume he's just late to the feast. All right.
Yeah, Sir Varys essentially just pauses what he was doing, like middle of just tending to someone table.
Do you
And
both
just-
want to go over? I mean, you can do like a combo action here. If you want.
Yeah, I mean he'll kind of move closer to investigate, but he's outsider here, so he's
Okay.
kind of
Listening
being
in
a
a
little
bit.
more standoffish. Yeah.
Okay.
The person who came in, are they recognizable?
You can make a recognize roll. The heraldry's not.
Okay, do I add geniality to this one?
I'll give it to you. Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, do I check that? It's not. It's a 4 recognize
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah, even
Oh,
with the bonus.
man.
You do.
He's honestly lazy.
We got our next cab again. Not the same one. You see, he's part of the reason he's so out of breath and stuff is he's clearly like he's definitely the one who indulges in the feast, not the temperate one. He looks like he's not been practicing his athletic qualities of being a knight for some time. You would recognize him because you succeeded. His name is Sir Cadrican. Last you knew. Let me get the name of the place. Give me 1 second. So I lost that note.
He hates holding
Yep.
a lot.
Yeah. He hates someone's holding.
Really
Real bad.
hates left.
That falconry skill's probably nice though.
Wednesday, where is it? Sorry, let me just check something here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what it was. So I'll show you where. So let's go over this map real quick. In the County of Hantonne, which is on the border of South Seax, he is a garrison knight for one of the Duke of Lindsay's holdings. So the Duke of Lindsay is way up here, Duke of Lindenpool. This is one of those things where, you get high enough, you start having lands in different counties and stuff. That's this scenario. So the Duke owns lands way down here, and we'll say that when you came back from, were you in the invasion of Franklin? Did we establish that for Jaren? Did you go overseas to fight?
I don't know. I don't think we
don't think
talked
so.
about that.
Yeah, I think this might just be a matter of you stayed as a guest for a short time in that castle, and this guy was like very hospitable. He's just a household knight, right? But he was very hospitable to you while you were there, and it kind of stands out for that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you spent some time like questing as Jaren, so
Yeah, it's Jaren. He needs a place to sleep and recover after going out and doing his own little raids and stuff.
yeah. So this guy, Sir Cadrigan did, oh man, Magouns, McGowns, Sir Cadrigan McGowns.
Okay.
Sir Cadrigan of McGowns. There we go. He looks over to you, see how good he is. He's a bit frazzled. Give him a +5 since you succeeded. No, he still doesn't recognize you.
Well, Sir Jaren, as he quickly approaches, he says, "Sir Cadrigan, why are you here?"
Does like a double take. I was sent north. I've been riding through the lands. I'm supposed to ride all the way up to the Duke in Linden. The Saxons down south, in South CX. There's something going on down there.
Raiding is quite common. You mean something more serious?
Yes. Yes, indeed. One of our port towns in the area, one that we've managed to hold as a neutral trading port for some time, even though it sits within the boundaries of South CX. The news of our allies there has been limited of late. Furthermore, we've seen no signs of the trade caravans that normally pass through. A couple of our knights were sent out to investigate, and they returned saying that they saw plumes of smoke as they neared the city.
Jaren's jaw sets as he can only imagine what's happening. This is dire news. You should speak with my brother, quickly. And he, Sir Jaren will start walking to escort, I suppose, this guy up to Sir Jareth.
All right. Varys, is there anything you wanted to do, or do you want to count this as like your the awareness, like the listening in, as your action?
He's just listening. Yeah, that's all he's doing.
Make an intrigue test to make it seem not so obvious.
Right, so I'm not like eavesdropping so openly. Yeah, no, it's obvious.
Okay. I'll ask you this though. You have that gossip card, and there's like literally nothing left. This is the last round. Would you have applied it? I'll allow you to apply it because like it would have just been thrown out otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, if it was gonna be the last round, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you're curious, maybe, the way we'll play this off. So we'll give you a pass on that.
Okay.
Hold on. 12 plus 10 is 22. That would have been a crit for you then. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so tick intrigue.
Okay.
The way this plays out is you see this going on, you overheard, we gave you the intrigue card because of something about a bandit, right?
Right.
So I think the way this plays out is you're listening in, and you can sense that there's some kind of trouble, and you're like, this could be related to what I was hearing about this bandit, and so you decide to listen in. Yeah. You stay at a distance, still doing your thing, but kind of over listening to the best of your ability as you do so.
Right.
And the intrigue success means you'll be able to overhear where Jaren is when he brings him to Jareth as well.
Okay.
Then we'll go to Sir Hrothgar.
To be honest, I can't think of much else what Hrothgar would do. So I think it just spends this last round arguing with a priest.
As you do.
Yeah. It's very much I don't get this whole your god thing. I mean, he doesn't look very strong. I mean, he's kind of puny up there. I think that's really just the argument he has, how he doesn't think their Christ is a very big, very important, very strong. He's kind of wimp.
Yeah. Brother, let's give him a name. Hold on. Gotta go to the 1,000 Kimric name thingy. Murig. Brother Murig says, well, I know it seems because of the paintings and such that he is, but you must understand that was when God was man. God as he who lives in heaven is without boundary.
But they nailed him to a piece of wood. All I know is if Woden was threatened to be nailed to a piece of wood, he'd tear apart the people that said so. Why would this Christ just allow such a thing to happen? No, this doesn't make any sense at all.
I think when you say Wotan too, like he says, "I should go, sir," and then kind of walks away. And you can tell like a couple of the others around you clear distance, you know, with you speaking openly about the Saxon god of Wotan. They're done. You get a lot more space than you had even before.
I think Hearthguard just looks around and goes, "Was it something I said?" And I think that's all for him.
All right. All right, so we'll do this last piece with Jaren and Cadrigan approaching Sir Jareth. Brother. Who is this?
Hello, brother, Lady Lila. This is Sir Cadwigan of McGowan's. He's from the south. And Hantonne. He has dire news. I believe, well, he can tell you, but it seems perhaps the Saxons are raiding a port town.
Jareth wears a face you're all too familiar with, Jaren. It's one that is, you know, this is him feigning shock and concern.
Right.
This is the face he put on for your mother when, you know, he wanted to come off as the one who was innocent. That kind of look.
Yeah, Jaren sees it as like, you know, means to an end or endearing. He doesn't see it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he says, how concerning indeed. Is it the fleet? Has the fleet been hit? Please tell me that Sergun Winwin is okay. And the knight, Cadrigan, breathes out. Yes, no, I'm coming from a gown. I'm closer to the border of South CX. And Jareth says, I see. Terrible news about this port town, then. What brings you so far here? Surely this would be news better served in London, even with the king's absence. As I understand, the king currently rides in Cornwall. But there are many a knight that muster there. And Cadrigan says, yes, I've gone there and pretty much everywhere I can to alert knights and raise attention that we may need additional increase in garrisons in the south. We're likely to be raided heavily, I suspect. So does my lord. Or, well, our steward anyways. Jareth says, oh, steward. How wonderful. You must understand, though, we are bordered here by Saxons in turn. We garrison against the very likelihood that Humble Creek be raided as well. With that, Cadrigan sighs and says, I know, Sir Lord. Would you allow me, please, to at least announce it amongst your court? I realize that you wish to retain them, but we could use any assistance we could. Jareth, I think for Jaren, you see in Jareth's face that look of, like, he's likely to say no to this. Do you do you want to intervene in any way, or try to convince your brother that this is worth the effort? I mean, mostly what's been happening, to be clear, what's been happening at Humble Creek is nothing. A lot of feasting and sitting around. You're not even directly at the border. You'd be like a good place for auxiliary to fight from. It doesn't mean it's not dangerous up here. It's just there hasn't really been any signs of movement from the East Saxons, but it sounds like there's something going on down south.
Right. And would it be safe to assume that while Sir Jaren would want to go out and take the fight to the Saxons, he's been largely held back in a more because 100%. We're playing defensive. Yeah, and that probably grinds his gears a little bit. Sir Jaren would, after pondering it for a moment, turn to his brother and say, "Perhaps, brother, if we were to help in the south, that would earn a favor for when we have to deal with the Saxons on our border."
He smiles at that, actually. It's true. It would certainly do us great harm if the fleet was to be destroyed, but in the future, a fleet that could attack from the sea as we assaulted from land, well, that would be quite useful. Yes, of course. I will do you one better. Sir Cadogan, was it? He nods. Everyone, I have news. Grave news from the south. It seems that one of our trading ports has been assaulted. We believe to be assaulted by Saxons. And there's kind of like, a bit of gossip begins to stir as he says that. Various people saying, "I wonder if it was London." Like lots of dumb questions and comments. He says, "I assure you that," and he looks to Cadogan. "What is the name of the place?" He says, It's Anderida. I think I'm saying that right. Anderida. Anderida. Anderida, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes, Anderida. And Jareth raises a brow, and then Lady Lila leans over and whispers something in his ear, and then he nods. Ah, I see. Yes, it seems that Anderida is an important port for receiving a number of goods foreign to this island from the mainland. And it has been allowed as a neutral hub of sorts within South CX lands, or rather their claim to our lands in Logris. It has been allowed to exist with its people and Kimric lords for some time. But recently, as Sir Cadogan can attest, the trade caravans that would leave Anderida and travel out from whence have stopped coming. Knights came to the area and saw, well, I don't know if he was actually told that part, so he won't elaborate. Sir Jazz says, Sir Cadogan here rides from a castle to the south. He asked for assistance in the County of Hantonne for any that wish to see active duty. And there are a couple of knights that stand forward, mercenary knights, all of them, right? That begin to step forward. One says, "I will go," and another Sergio says, "Good. We have a couple already. Are there any else that would like to join this company to the south?"
I think with this, Sir Hrothgar would rise from his seat as he kind of looks around a little awkwardly before going. Sure, why not?
What's Varys
Sir-
doing? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cerberus kind of finishes up what he was doing, even though he was eavesdropping. He actually makes sure he tends to whoever he was tending to, and then he looks over at the giant and kind of I just eyes him because Varys isn't even close to as tall as that guy, like not even close,
Yeah.
and offers a brief nod, like he kind of agrees with him, and then looks to Sir Jareth and speaks up. I'll go as well.
Jareth nods.
And towards the end of the volunteers, Sir Jaren turns to his brother and says, Jareth, if you would be able to spare my sword for the time, I too would like to go, to both assist those in the south and to make sure that when the time comes, we are assisted up north, here.
He nods to you a moment, though you can probably tell there's a bit of reluctance there. I'll let any of you, if you want to see that, sort of test intrigue. But there's like a reluctant agreement in him as he says, "Of course, dear brother. I would never wish to get in the way between you and your honorable quests to vanquish the Saxons from these lands." What he actually means underneath that is, I would rather you stay here and be capable of killing Saxons here and not dying on some fool's errand. I think that's probably the reality of it, right?
Right, and it goes completely over Jaren's head as he is mentally like fist pumping into the air and jumping around in excitement. But it's all in his head. But there's a smile on his face. That's what comes out.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the way this is gonna work is it's gonna, the feast is gonna continue, and then the next day you would begin your trek. Just because there's logistics and everyone moving, right? And it's already like late into the evening, things like that. Why don't we take a very short break? I'm just gonna fill up my water bottle. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right.
Continue our journey south. All right. See you soon. And we're back. All right, let's dive into this here. Do any of you have a high hunting skill?
I have a decent one.
I have a pretty good hunting score.
What's considered high?
Yeah, I guess it's fair. I think what we're looking for is someone. Actually, you're being. I guess even though you've been collected by Cadrigan has basically been fumbling his way north on the King's Road and around the King's Road to the best of his ability. I think he can guide you back. I'm just wondering, he's gonna. Are you aiming to take his like direction on this, or are you gonna like try to advance forward without him? Like he's a tired rider at this point. Oh, actually, let me back that up. His goal was to continue riding north, like seeking more aid. So he's gonna keep going. Like he's down here near. I think I established Humble Creeks somewhere not far off of Royge's Cross in Granta Bridge. And then he's gonna keep going north all the way to Lindenpool, which is where his Duke is actually like resides, right? Duke Cornelius.
Okay.
And he's trying to recruit people as he goes.
Oh, cool. Calestius can join us properly now, apparently.
Nice.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Okay. Well, if Sir Cadrigan is off headed north, I guess we're going on our own.
Yeah, you're going on your own. So
Okay.
I need someone to play the role of guide and then not get everyone lost with a hunting role. So I'm gonna leave it to. It's probably gonna be one of you three, even though there's other NPCs. It would make sense that it was probably one of you three.
Out of character, I only have like a 7, so.
Hunt. Oh, I'm pretty good at them. At 15 hunt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have 11. So you guys, what about the Saxon?
It's an 8. So
All
yeah.
right. Calestius then.
Yep. I
Alright.
totally forgot I was good at hunting. All right. Goes.
Yeah.
You set up here too. We're at it. Okay. All right. So because this is primarily on the King's Road, and this forest isn't quite as thick as it probably looks in this map right now, safe to say that you're able to find your way back to the King's Road, head down it, and you begin to cross through the various counties. So let's kind of show you where your journey
Where are we?
is. One second. Show you.
Okay.
So you started in Huntland.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to travel through Heartland, Berwick, a little bit of Silchester, and then into Hantonne. Are there any, because this travel takes you through Berwick, are there any sort of exchanges with Hrothgar as we go through?
I mean, unless other people bring it up, Hrothgar is very much like, it's good to be home again. Well, let's carry on.
Okay.
There's more than content to just mind his own business at this point. There's Saxons to deal with farther south, hopefully.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
I will say, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the big things that's probably easy to notice because Hrothgar is very open about it, he is not a Christian.
Oh.
He doesn't really get Christianity. He's a Wotanism or Wotanist.
Oh.
Wotonic, I think.
Wait, is he Saxon?
He's
Yeah.
a Saxon.
He's a Barrack Saxon.
Oh,
He's Baroque.
okay.
Yeah.
Also, interesting fact: Wotanism doesn't mean what it does now than what it is then. It's weird.
I don't see Hrothgar in the character list, by the way. Just FYI.
Like, not a back.
He is in guest right now, I think. Hold on, I'll move him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
should be guessed.
Yeah, pretty much.
There-
The whole way, Jaren's pretty active as far as talking to the knights that we're going down with. He seems very excited to be headed into actual conflict, though a bit wary. He'd probably say things like, "I don't know what kind of raiding tactics that they have down here in the south. Haven't been down here in a while. Good thing we have Calestius guiding us through these woods. I do have a forester friend who could have helped greatly here, but he's very preoccupied up in Huntland. We're being hit hard by the Saxons up there. Now we're on the defensive. Down here, well, I hope that port town is still standing by the time we get there."
One can hope.
Well, we're making good times.
All right. So as you continue to pass through, here's a good question. Would you have risked a trail that took you close to the Saxon border, or would you have gone the safe route through Silchester on the King's Road?
I would recommend that we take the risk, but I will see what the team say. Who's marching with us?
It's not so much a march. It's a basically a smattering of mercenary knights and Sir Jaren of Newton Manor from Salisbury. Everyone else is pretty much mercenary knights in this retinue, and then the person who recruited you continued to ride north to continue recruiting others, basically.
Okay. Well, Celestius is a risk taker, so that's what you would recommend. But I guess Jaren is in charge here. Is it?
I suppose so, and he would definitely act like he was in charge if given the chance. And he would wholeheartedly agree about taking the more risky routes. Saying like, the faster we get down there and can assess the situation and see if we can find allies to break a surrounding or siege, the better. We don't know how long the people have.
More
Cerberus
risk.
would agree.
Yeah. Sir Hrothgar is very much more risk, more glory.
And Varys seems to be quite confident that it's the right choice too. He's traveled and fought alongside Calestius before.
Mm-hmm. Then onwards.
And just a quick question, Bob. Like, trying to picture how many knights we have with us. Would you have an estimate? So, like,
Yeah, it's probably about 15 knights. Also,
okay, that's plenty. We can take on the whole kingdom down here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is not a muster for sure. It is definitely more like this could be a counter raid or raiding party, right? That would be a nice size for one. That's about the size you're working with here. If you're taking the faster way through, I will need, because you're going off the main road, I will need another hunting roll.
Okay. Hunt. Can I pattern this?
You may. Yep.
What would be appropriate? Lord Loyalty Lord.
We definitely need to. We probably should adjust that one for you because you don't have a lord.
That's true.
Why don't
That's actually questionable because we kind of we didn't really resolve this, but I was about to swear fealty to was
Okay.
it Duke Cornelius or something? But we were meant to handle that off screen. But anyway, we can do something else for
Was
now.
that during
Yep.
Liam's one or the one before that? Was that mine or Liam's?
It's the last. I forget exactly.
Okay. You
yeah.
weren't there the last
But,
two,
we
so
can-
it could have been me as well.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well, I'll just say that the situation has meant that you haven't had the opportunity, and perhaps you haven't been up there again since that time. But I'll allow loyalty Lord for now as a passion.
Okay.
In fact, where you're riding to is one of Cornelius's holdings, one of his castles in Hantonne.
Cool.
So. All right.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay. So I get a +5.
You can't fail this then.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So you guys make really good time. You ride pretty hard through the forest. Most of you are pretty tired by the time you reach McGowan's, which, so to clarify, from London you would have gone this way. And then you reach the castle of McGowan's.
All right. We didn't come across any creepy mist in the forest that gives us horrible nightmares and visions, right?
No, it's been a minute for Jaren, so definitely a lot
Wow.
nicer over here than Summerlin for that sort of thing.
Wow, these forests aren't horrible. Wow.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but nothing bad that time through. And as you reach McGowan's, you can tell that it's like, its defenses are up for sure. They're on guard. You would imagine they would be given their proximity to South Seax anyways, right? The enemy they are the last border between South Seax and Logris.
Okay, well, if there's guards to speak to or anything, Jaren would hold up a hand and say, "We come from Huntland to fight the Saxons. We heard there was troubles with a port town. May we speak to whoever's in charge?"
1 sec, I gotta do something funny. You see the knight who's currently standing guard duty, Sir Darren of we'll make it funny. He's of Baverstock in Salisbury. So give me either a heraldry or a recognized roll. Everyone can, but Jaren, you can give yourself a +5 if you want, just because Baverstock is, I believe, not terribly far from your home.
Almost.
Looks familiar. Can't really place it. You know you've seen that that heraldry. Like,
Can we all do this?
Yeah, you all may, just without the +5. Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
Okay, you know it's
Nice.
I would say it would be probably unreal. Maybe you fought with someone from Baverstock, so maybe you recognize that heraldry because of it. So it's just a manor of Salisbury, the County of Salisbury, and the knight is looking very suspiciously at your large Saxon friend. You say Huntland. Interesting. This one
Yes.
rides freely with you.
Yes, from Huntland. Sir Cadwigan came by and told us of the news. We came as fast as we could. This one, and he gestures upward because the man is quite large, is a Baroque Saxon. On our side, of course.
Yeah, so watch where you're swinging.
Yeah, his eyes sort of stay studied on him for a moment, and then he says, we're under tight orders here. Glad to hear that there's been success in recruitment. But you must forgive me, friend. We are cautious of the Saxons in McGowan's, he says.
So it should be. But our lords have ordained that the Baroque Saxons are brothers in arms, and we must treat them as such. And I say that with a bit of grimace.
He nods. Very well then. 1 second, and then the gates open.
And we enter.
Yeah, definitely right on through, especially since we've been traveling hard. Good rest is probably what we and our horses need.
After you make your way, right? Ah, he let us in the
The fool!
The trap worked!
It was so easy.
Jaren's heel turned on to the Saxons then. So at this point, Sir Darren meets you at the stables once you've all managed to get off your mounts and ready yourselves. He says, I said steward earlier. I realize this is a castle. It would absolutely have a castellan if the Duke's not here consistently. So, let's do this. Sir Kellen of Genshin. He says, the castellan, Sir Kellen, will be ready to see you shortly. Can I get any of you anything? His eyes gloss over Rothgar when he asks the question, though.
We've been riding hard for quite a while, through the woodlands as well. Of course, good food and drink, especially if we're to take the fight to the Saxons soon.
Absolutely. I will ask the staff to prepare food for our guests. You are the third party that's entered here. We've sent one of them further south, and one of them into South Seax.
Ah, good. Allies, then. We were wondering, even though we came with about 15, how we were to approach this. Is there someone making a coordinated tactics against whatever's happening in the port town?
We sent the first party deep into South Seax in hopes that they would be able to uncover what is taking place in Andirda. We've yet to hear back from them, but it has not been that long. The second group rides south to scout the coast in sight of any ships. They've just left on the morning. We expect to have them back by nightfall.
That is good. Perhaps some information on what's going on out there would be good for us on the morrow.
Indeed. So, Sir, we'll say like as you meet Sir Kellen the Castellan, he doesn't have a lot to add beyond what Sir Darren's offered so far. He encourages you, though, Sir Kellen does, to stay, feast, rest up. He says that there will likely be raids and counter raids. It's going to be a bloody summer, if you ask me. Some rest will do you good if you've traveled this far south this quickly.
Jaren, we'll give a stiff nod to the whole talk of bloody fighting. There's a small smirk that would grow on Jaren's face before he stashes it away. It's probably not best to show how he's feeling too much here.
All right. So, like right after dinner, do any of you have high indulgence?
Indulgence?
Indulgence.
Not even
Yeah.
close.
Rothgar's a 13.
Nope.
Okay. Rothgar, why don't you test indulgence versus temperance for me?
Alright. Fail on indulgent. Fail on temperate.
I'll let you choose how to go. I mean, obviously, this is a matter to see of how deep you go into the wine during this.
I think Rothgar is more likely to drink more than he is to not.
Okay.
He's probably drunk quite a bit. More than his share.
Okay.
He's a big man.
Makes Sir Varus look like a kid next to this guy.
So as you're all kind of finishing your little meal, like it's not a feast, but we'll roll feast to see what it is. Yeah, it's not in large quantities like a feast, but it's a 3-course meal nonetheless. Have you finished partaking in food and such, you're no longer under threat of making an exhaustion roll. If you tried to continue on without it, I probably would have had you test energetic and brought in some fatigue factors. But with you resting and enjoying yourselves, even for a short bit, things are going pretty well. Until a lone rider enters, or a lone knight enters. Sir Clust of Estragales. Actually, this is Hantonne. This guy can be from Dinton. He's breathing heavy. The Castellan looks to him and raises a brow. Sir Knight, what has you returned so early? Clearly you have not made your way all the way to Inderida. He says, Nay, my lord. Most of the way. But we did encounter locals, commoners, fleeing, heading through the hills. They said that a new fleet had arrived in Anderida. And they said there was grave news from the coast. The Castellan says, grave news indeed. What grave news, pray tell? Clust frowns. The rest rode on to confirm it. They sent me back to make sure that you received the news in case you did not return. But there's rumors that a new Saxon by the name of Sissa, or Kissa, not clear on the name. He is the one who led his people to Enderda. He's taken it for himself. And if the rumors are true, pauses and the Castellan says, well, on with it. He says, yes, I believe they're all dead. I believe they sacrificed them all to their Saxon god. Castellan says, the entire port. And Sir Clust nods with a frown. I'm gonna check in with people and the reactions to this as it's mentioned.
Oh. Sir Jaren is immediately standing up abruptly, his chair probably sliding a bit. Those people were neutral.
Barris is also kind of echoing that. He kind of stood up and slammed his fist on the table. This is a travesty. And to slay as many of them as we can. Retribution.
The Saxons respect no neutrality. In this war, there's they're fighting by our side, or they will suffer the Saxons' wraths.
Hrothgar, who is already deep within the cups at this point in time, kind of just looks around and goes, so we're gonna go kill them or not?
We didn't travel all this way just to watch them slaughter the innocents. Foolish though they may be.
You all can make an awareness roll, and you can add a +5 modifier to this one.
Okay. Awareness. Oh, I forgot the +5. Oh, still works.
Yeah. Good. All right. You all hear a hunting horn sound from outside, like outside the gates almost. Yeah.
Is it a familiar hunting horn or more of a Saxon?
It's hard to say, though. You can hear, you like looking out one of the nearby windows in the castle, you can see that there are knights riding in.
Well, knights meaning not Saxons, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like they're riding with haste, and from your view out the window, you can see that they would have been riding back from the south. It looks like the knights that probably went south to the border. For them to raise to call out the horn so close to McGowan seems either they're trying to raise alarm to something and get everyone's attention, or they're being pointlessly annoying. Like there's no good reason for them to sound a horn when they're entering the town.
Oh, those damn party nights. They're always blowing the horn.
Yeah. We like to go out in the woods, get drunk, and then sound the horn as we ride around town. Yeah.
It's the air horn.
Wing. Their favorite sports team just won a game, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go see. More dire news. Hark,
Are you gonna actually like head out of the castle and go speak to them? Not like outside the castle grounds, but the actual castle itself, where you currently are.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's at this point, at least Jaren's blood is pumping, so
Yeah.
it's time for action.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bear's pretty
There's no
amped, too.
salt here anyway, so
No salt.
Yeah. We're not even
Boring
near.
party.
We're easily near the.
we're
salt.
nowhere near. We're not in the same country as salt.
Okay, so as you ride out, you see that there's another retinue of knights, roughly the same size, probably 20 more so, slightly bigger. The one rides forward. He says, "Hail, Sir Knights."
What news do you bring to ride in such haste?
We saw Saxon ships. They were heading west along the coast.
West already. We heard of news of the port town of Venderda.
He doesn't know that part of it, so he kind of raises a brow and he says, "Is that where they came from then? Vile bastards. It's my guess.
Supposedly.
It's my guess that they aim to raid Hantonne, perhaps even as far northwest as Sarum."
Then we have much to prepare for.
So you all know, like, the general lay of the land here is you have Novio Magus, which is a major kind of Roman civitas in England. There's Harbor Keep, which is basically where, when you met with Gwyn Winwin on that's where you met, is Harbor Keep. There's the White City, which is like a major city of as well. There's the Castle du Plain, and then there's Sarum and Salisbury. So this whole area is probably under threat. What he's suggesting is that the Saxons are sailing this way, and that would put the fleet in threat. Now, he does clarify that they didn't see like a full fleet moving, so this is likely raiding vessels. Rather than trying to come across the border, they're trying to get a surprise, set of raids in, bringing the ships, much like you guys did on their borders not long ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
No back raidsies.
All right, so with that, I think we need to decide. The groups of knights are going to quickly gather and start to make a plan on how to approach this. Novio Magus is a pretty big city, and it being hit hard would be bad. The harbor itself would be very bad if they hit the fleet, though the fleet would probably have the best defense. It would be the most defensive ready, right? Because the king's not going to leave his fleet free of being guarded. Of course, if they were successful with that, they could light the fleet aflame, and that would be very bad. Knights are arguing about where to go, and it seems like some of them are going to be splitting off and going in different directions if no intervention is made.
Sounds like our options would be to either go to Novio Magus to reinforce the defense, or strike into Saxon territory. I mean, we don't have a fleet that we can use, right?
Correct. You could go into defense of the fleet you see, or the ships you see moving this way. Either Novio Magus, Harbor Keep, or White City would probably be the best bets to defend. You could stay in McGowan's and defend here, or you could strike outward into Sussex, which wouldn't really. All that'd be doing is counter raiding. Like it doesn't. change the outcome of what's being done with their raids, if that makes any sense. Like if they gain any benefits, they gain the benefits. If you gain benefits, you gain benefits. So those would be your options. You could go into like Bradford if you wanted. You could try to hit there.
Where are our ports? Just in Noviamagus?
Harbor Keep.
Is that where the main fleet, our main fleet is?
Yeah, one sec. Let me just bring that.
While he looks up, I'm just discussing. I'm always for one to take the initiative and take the fight to them. Although in this particular case, it seems that might not be not meaningful, but we still need to. We'll suffer a loss that we shouldn't have to.
Okay, so I'll clarify one point too, because I forgot about this entirely. Yarmouth is actually where the fleet is stationed, which is going to be very difficult for you all to get out there. But Harbor Keep is a major port. Noviamagus is a major city. Duplain is under threat. Like, basically, the raids are likely to be pretty nasty out here.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say one more thing. Why doesn't everyone test recognize -5 because it's recognizing a Saxon name?
Recognize.
Oh, that's actually a success, Jared. Can't go lower than 1. That's hilarious. You just critted. Actually, what we'll say is that you can't crit if you're a -1. It'll just be a success then. That's
okay.
Yeah.
So damn close.
Look at you guys.
Yeah.
Well, should Sir
well.
Hrothgar not get the -5 because he's Baroque Saxon, or maybe a lesser penalty?
He doesn't know people from the mainland, so it wouldn't make sense.
You might. I mean, you come from the lines, though. I like that, actually.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah.
In that case, if it's without the -5, it'd be just a success.
Yeah.
Actually, could I don't know if this would make sense. If I passion hate Saxon, would I cancel that out?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that retroactively, if that makes sense. But,
that's fine. Okay. Yeah. Should have thought about that earlier. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. So they mentioned the name like Sissa or Kissa. That resonates as a name you've heard before when there's been mention of the king of South Siax. The king Ele of South Siax. His son's name is Kissa. And his son, for those that succeeded, his son has his own peoples back on the mainland, back in Saxony. So this would be alarming. That possibly Sussex was just reinforced with like a whole nother major contingent.
I think probably for the first time any of you have ever seen, Hrothgar actually has a frown on his face as he hears the name Kissa.
Jaren has a similar. He's always had a very grim look on his face, but he turns to Hrothgar. Is this the same name that I believe I'm hearing?
Yeah. Son of King Ella of was it What's the name
Sussex.
of the Sussex? So I want to say Sussex, but it's not what it's called at this point in time. Of Sussex. However, his son is from back in the mainland. And from what I've heard, he is... Well... He's no slouch, I can tell you that much. He's probably brought a hell of a lot of men with him.
This makes the decision even harder then. At first, I've thought since we lost Anderida as a trading port completely, protecting our own ships is more important than ever. But if they have a large force, large enough to assault a city and do real damage...
No matter what, this raiding party needs to be stopped. Wherever they're planning to go to, they need to be halted in their tracks and slaughtered like the dogs they are. However, not knowing where they're going is a problem. So...
I'm trying not to have too much input as a GM. There are knights standing around. Many of them are arguing about the path to go. Some are concerned about Yarmouth. Many are talking about how Yarmouth is very well fortified, right? Especially against navies, and also well garrisoned. So there's also concerns about them hitting. Make battle tests, actually. I think that would be useful and give you a little bit more info.
Okay.
Yeah.
Battle.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, the...
Crit, damn.
I got a good justification for that. Oh, look at this. It's like,
Oh.
Hot damn.
all the crits.
2 crits.
So Callistus has a really high boating too, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yes, also. 11. It's the same, actually.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I think that's where you're looking at this strategically. There's no reason for them to send out a fleet of boats unless they intended to get past notice and do harm before any attention could be given. It's hard to say without having seen it yourself whether where they were going. You could potentially ride to like Harbor Keep and sail out to Yarmouth and engage in the defenses there. You engage in counter assaults if they hit Harbor Keith or Novia Magus. Are close enough where you could do that, or you could continue to ride further into the lands and protect other pertinent places like White City, which would be a really bad thing if it got raided. Taking any sort of assaults yourself into the lands, what it would do is it would make it harder for them to continue to launch raids. If they're having cleanup from the damage you deal, so it wouldn't be altogether wasted. I wanted to leave this to you guys though about what you want to do here, and anyone who passed, you can ask very specific questions if you'd like. I'll do my best to give you a good answer.
I'm thinking there should be plenty of fishery around here. So if we march to Novi Magus and then Harbor's Keep, would we be able to get news from the fishers about kind of fleet sighting and give us some idea of where they are?
Yeah, so basically continue to ride along the coast and get a sense of from the common folk about any sightings. Yep.
Yes, and to allow us a little bit of leeway in responding to the sharks.
Okay.
A question for Hrothgar would be, which one of these places would be the most vulnerable?
Yeah.
Less likely to defend themselves.
So the risk with like keeps and stuff, right? They're behind well reinforced walls. Period. Right. The threat would be for cities like Novia Magus or White City. They have a lot of like unarmed civilians and stuff. I know most of them are common folk or merchants, so it's whether or not you care about your character would even care about that, right? But they would likely see a lot of casualties, right? Just in the common folk if they were hit. The keeps themselves are well defensed, well garrisoned, and usually able to, like, definitely able to withhold a raid, right? They would have to be sieged to be overthrown, kind of thing. And the goals of raids are basically to burn, steal, kill, get out. That's what raids are. So. Tough call, I know.
And so, and for Jaren's question, as far as boats like getting in and out, it's feasible that they could attack the White City through the river there, and then get out. I mean,
yep.
The White City doesn't have, like, if how many knights would the White City normally have, and like, would we get there too late? Are the ships faster than us on horse? If they're,
they would be fast. It would depend on the wind, but you're not talking about major distances, so you could definitely ride to the White City. You could also, I mean, on your road to the White City, you're basically going through Novia Magus and Harbor Keep, so you could head your bets kind of like Callistus was saying, and actually hit one at a time. Like, go to Novia Magus, assess the threat, go to Harbor Keep, assess the threat, go to White City. White City, just like Novia Magus, they are a city, and then inside the city they have an actual, like, castle, right? So.
Okay. Yeah. Jaren agrees with that line of logic. We're gonna have to travel that direction anyway. So let's pass through there. If they're being hit, we can fight. If not, we can keep going and see where they are gonna hit.
Yep.
If need be, we could fight running battles as we go too.
Okay.
Yeah, the only place I guess we wouldn't, if we're doing this tactic, is Yarmouth, unless we don't see boats anywhere in White City, Harbor's Keep, or Nebio Magus. We would know there's a chance they went to Yarmouth to try to hurt the main fleet in some way.
I mean, either way, we can't get to Yarmouth, right?
Not without commandeering some boats.
Yeah.
We just show
Which,
our knight badges, and we, need. We're taking these boats, fishermen.
Grand Theft Auto that, and just throw them overboard.
There would be a small, like, because Harbor Keep is the keep,
Yeah.
they would have a small bit of royal, the royal fleet there, but the majority of it's in Yarmouth.
Is Yarmouth and Great Yarmouth the same place? Let me check. Oh, no, it's not. I mean,
And I'm
right,
just giving you
so...
1 sec. I'm going to give you just information about how fast it would be to walk between these two, because they have real life equivalents. It'll make this easier for me to know.
Cool.
So from where you are to get to our, you're going to Novia Magus first. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just add that in.
Oh, look, just 6 feet. We're good.
Oh, it's like 2 steps.
That's a single step by that Saxon.
It's about 3 hours on foot, like, or 3.5 hours on foot. Like if you weren't riding, which you are riding, to get from where you are to Novio Magus, and that's so probably what 2/3 that time. So maybe about 2 hours or so at riding hard to get to Novio Magus, and then probably double that to get to Harbor Keep. Not double that. It's probably about the same to get to Harbor Keep.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you're going.
in the evening you could move and you could reach these places. Okay, let's deal with Novio Magus first. We're gonna go into battle mode because when you reach Novio Magus, you see that it is in fact under assault. There is in fact.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
easy
Well,
then.
well, well.
Yeah. All right.
It's under the salt.
It's under the salt. It's below
Under
the salt.
a salt. Under
Just-
one salt.
Just one salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you can see like smoke and flames as you approach Novio Magus. You know, it's not just you. There are other groups that are riding this way. What do you guys want to do with your unit? What is your intention here?
Meet the assault.
Yeah.
Defend the city.
Yeah, protect the people. I'm assuming the assault hasn't been happening for a very long time.
Correct. It's like pretty fresh. You can tell. So
Yeah, let's get some massive charging in there.
Yeah, lead right into the front because I'm assuming they're slaughtering people.
Yep.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
Give them
Kill
something
damn
off that.
Saxons.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay. These are our dangerous fights, so we're going to be using the beginner Saxon army.
Wait, was the beginner the more difficult one?
Yes.
Like the terrible misnomer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's from Book of Feast, so it's slightly a different material set, but yes.
Book of
Yes.
Feast? There's
Or, not
enemies
Book
in
of Feast,
Book
Book
of Feast.
of Battle. Sorry, I meant.
Okay.
Because we're gonna eat Saxons for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're charging in. I'm not gonna make you because it's just a skirmish. We're not gonna do the fight valiantly thing right now. We're just gonna have a single opponent here. You can
Okay.
make a d20 roll each to determine who your opponent will be.
$16.
Or
So Javelineer for Hrothgar, 4 is a spearman for Varys, 12 is a shield warrior for Jaren. And we just need Callistus to make his roll.
Oh, right.
D20.
D20.
so obvious question: is Spearman gonna be someone with a great spear or just a regular spear?
You're gonna have to. We're gonna go through that right now, actually. So,
Gotcha.
16. The Javelineer has no options. 4, the spearman does have options. 1d2. 2 is a great spear. Great spear.
Yeah, that's my luck.
12 is the shield warrior. They have a spear and a sword, but it's not a great spear, so it doesn't really matter which they have. But we'll just do it just for thematics. They have a spear, a regular size spear. And then who was the last? This with a 3, fighting the shield warrior. Same thing, spear, sword. Doesn't really matter mechanically. They're fighting with a sword. All right, so we're gonna do this in order. We're gonna start with Hrothgar versus the Javelineer.
Alright. Hrothgar is going to be wielding his large two-handed axe.
Is he riding?
He is, and specifically as a Saxon, they can use two-handed weapons while riding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fancy.
Yeah.
So, obviously you don't get your horse damage like charge bonus or anything like that, but
Yeah.
you can still get your mounted bonus.
To be honest, my horse damage is the same as my regular damage.
Are you going to split to avoid the javelin coming your way?
Yeah, I'll split a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, so I get the horse bonus. I'm gonna split 4 to the batting off the javelin, and then 14 for the actual javelinier.
D20. All right. So the javelin is gonna hit you. Potentially. Let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is going to be a 4 plus 5 being on horseback. Any other bonuses? Do I get a charge bonus? I don't think so,
No.
because I'm not using a lance. Yep. Alright. Let's go. That's not
Oh.
right.
No.
What's your
I
weapon
think
normally?
18.
This is 18 plus 9, is what it says.
Oh. I put that in wrong.
Okay.
I should have been rolling 9, not 18 plus 9.
Okay, just go ahead and reroll.
There we go.
All right. You succeed, so you're gonna get your. You don't have a shield, actually, do you?
I don't have a shield.
What do you
yet,
have for
so it doesn't
armor?
matter.
You got the 8 armor.
Yep.
All right. You're gonna take 46 damage.
This is gonna hurt.
17
Ooh.
minus 8. You take 9 damage from the javelin. What's your
So-
knockdown score? Probably really high because you've got a high.
19.
Yeah.
He ain't knocking me down.
Yeah, exactly. So you get to continue on. He failed his footwork, so there's no chance he can't or sprint or whatever it's called. He
No.
failed that. I put 1 point into it. So you failed it, so you get a chance to just
Alright.
slaughter him here.
I'm rolling a 14 plus 5. That makes it a 19. 1. Hit.
All right.
Let's see how bad I destroy this dude.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Oh my god, I rolled like shit.
Oh,
wow. 6 dice. 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. We're gonna say the javelin's sticking right out of your arm, and you just don't get the full two-handed swing that you want to get here on him. But 10 damage on this guy is still enough to graze him.
I think with that, Rothko's just gonna yell, "Bastard! Come over here and die!"
Okay. The javelineer counts as blessings. He didn't think that was going to go very well. I think, Mark, you might just aim to run from you next round. So we'll see what you want to do.
Or we're gonna run his ass down.
Yeah.
But that's for next round.
Yeah. We'll go to the next person up was... Who was it? We had Rothgar first, then Varys next. Varys, you have a great spearman that you're
Yep.
currently facing down here.
I know I lose one of the bonuses because he's got a great spear. Which
The,
one?
the mounted one.
The mounted one. So I still get a charge bonus if I charge him.
Yep.
And that's what I'm gonna do, even though
Okay.
he's got a great spear. Varys is probably being a little reckless on this, but he's also super vengeful, and he hates Saxons a lot. So
How much? Are you impassioning yourself in this?
Yeah, that's why not. I don't do that often enough. So
Yeah.
let me roll my hate Saxons.
Never a better time for it than when you're fighting dangerous Saxons.
That's
with
right.
spears.
Oh, I failed.
Unless you do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rough. Does that give you the minus
And
too?
that's 16.
Yeah, that's a 16. So
I think that's a -1 and and
yeah.
a -5.
Okay.
That's rough.
It's a -1 and then a what?
-1 to the passion as a whole, and you have
Yeah.
a -5 for the rest of
okay.
the scene.
All right. Well, that's gonna sting.
So you're a bit melancholic right now.
Yeah.
I think this might be like a matter of like things were so good in the north, you know, like it was a sign of, and it's like with this news of more Saxons, like will there ever be an end to them, you know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's never ending.
Okay, let's see here, good sir. Give me your roll with a negative.
It'll be basically a flat roll then, because I'll lose my charge bonus. Essentially. And I crit.
Crit.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Well, that will do it. Apparently it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he really hates them. So even though he didn't get
Go ahead and give me your damage.
is that the horse's damage, right?
Yeah. Your opponent, Spearman, doesn't. He just says armor, not much of one.
Do we double damage, or how do we add 4d6 to things if we're doing that? Or we just roll the 4d6?
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's critical damage too.
Yeah,
we're not doing 4d6. We're just doing ×2 still. I might change that in March. I think I'm going to change that to 4d6 officially in all the games. So
Okay.
yeah. So 46 damage -10. He's dead. Yeah, you just. We're using a spear.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, run him straight through and just kept going.
I'm gonna give you another test on your hate Saxons because of that critical.
Okay.
Okay. You're out of melancholy. You pulled yourself out of melancholy with a critical.
Yeah, bloodlust is good for something.
Yeah, I think your hate Saxon doesn't go back up, but
That's
you
fine.
know what I mean.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Okay, we go to the next person, and that is, I'm pretty sure it's Jaren who's third. Let's grab that.
Can I do a quick time check in terms of how much longer do you expect to run today?
Yeah, I'm already past due, so
okay.
We can
After this,
at any point you can kind of exit out. You know, I think all you guys, we can talk about that after this little conflict here. About and we can always summarize the rest of it if needed, or continue on a little bit further. Doesn't matter to me as long as they're having fun and doing stuff. So, okay, it is Jaren. You rolled a 12. You're against a shield warrior with a spear, not a great spear. So you good sir, may fight your opponent.
Well, he also hates Saxons quite a bit, so let me roll that passion. All right, he hates them. So with the on the horse charges at 5 and then 5 from the passion, so 10.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Crits are on fire today.
All right. Okay, crit, so damage.
I imagine Rothgar's fairly young too, right, Mark? Or did you actually year him?
I upped him a little bit. I think I have him at 27?
27. Okay.
Oh, 28.
Damage 15, that's 30 damage still. 30 minus... right, because you're using sword. 30 minus... 8. Yeah, he's down. He's gonna bleed out, Jaren. Like he's out cold.
All right, good. More bleeding Saxons, the better.
Okay. And we'll go to Callistus next. Callistus.
Is Novia Magus a Roman city? It sounds like it, right?
Yeah, you're basically entering the city because they don't have much in the way of defenses for the city itself. I mean,
So
like picture
could
a
I
modern day-
can I passion loyalty city? If it's a Roman settlement.
Passion what? What was the name of the
Passion city. Sorry, loyalty city.
I don't. You shouldn't
It's a
have
Roman
something
thing.
called. Oh, is it in the? It's
Yeah.
out of. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a Roman thing. Yeah.
I gotta.
I mean,
read
it's
that one.
no, that's fine. If loyalty emperor and loyalty city, or maybe I shouldn't have them. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check that one.
Okay. In that case, I'll just do hate Saxon.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm doing a lance charge. By the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
Smash. Oh wait, forgot the +5. So that's a crit.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
the
true.
crits.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, give me your damage. It's your horse damage.
Ba-bam.
They clearly didn't expect a bunch of knights to be rolling through already.
Yep.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
So you're just carving through them. I'm gonna kind of just turn real cinematically to Rothgar here. Do you want to? Are you planning to run down your opponent?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Just give me another attack. He's turning to run away.
Yeah. +5 for being on horseback.
Rips out
Right.
the javelin, throws
and
it back.
again.
Was it an axe? Right.
Oh yeah. Big two-handed axe.
Okay. Give me your damage.
Nice.
It's a little more like it.
All right, 36.
Right? Yeah, so you just see Rothgar come up beside this guy, and I don't know if you take off his head or what, because Jelenier doesn't have the health
Yeah.
the other ones do. So
I think he just swings it and it like cuts through the back of his skull.
yeah. So if there's any question about Rothgar's loyalty, you guys probably put that at ease watching that awful.
If anything, yeah, Varys is just like hooting, hollering at him and stuff. Just like really just lost in the bloodlust already.
Awesome. Okay, so you end up, you along with the other knights, right, end up clearing this raiding party quite quickly. You see that some of the damage has been done. I am just going to test for one other person that was here and see. No, they did okay too. So one of the knights who's here, they look to be a household knight. They say, you came at the perfect time.
Well, that's what we're aiming for. But that's not the last of them. The fleet was much bigger than this raid.
It's
Need to
unfortunate
be-
news.
Need to make sure those boats don't leave. Or if they have, meet them again.
And we'll be ready when that comes.
You could test either like a boating to represent, because that never gets rolled, or a battle here, all of you, to kind of get a lay of the land in the next little bit. The knight that you're interacting with is Sir Sinjin.
Haha! Crit on boating.
Do we get our passions to these still, or is it out of the combat?
It's out of the combat, but you can choose to re-roll the passion if you want.
I'll not jinx it.
So you hear news that there were still a large number of ships that seemed to continue moving west. That's what you managed to hear.
We can capitalize on this. They're gonna slowly
Yes.
spread their forces out. We can keep hitting them right as they land. If we can keep up the pace.
Definitely. Onward, Sir Sinjin! You bringing any knights along? We need to go now.
Allow me to, actually, hold on, I'm gonna test something for him. Recklessness.
Nice.
Oh, he just critted his recklessness.
He did.
He looks
Definitely.
back to the castle where he should be asking the Lord, and he says, yes, we need to go.
That's what I want to hear. March on.
Let's show
Let's
them.
go, brothers.
Let's show those traitors the fury of Locust.
Okay. We're gonna do, how do people feel about doing 2 more rounds of
I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to change room again,
Yeah.
which means I may not be able to get on voice. I can
That's
still
okay.
do some
It's
rolls
okay for the
if
combat.
needed.
As long as you
Okay.
can you hear us or no in that situation?
We will see. I'll see.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll,
Okay.
we'll keep you appraised to the best of our ability. I'm hoping we can speed through the next rounds, but are you guys all good for it or no? Not so much.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm good too.
Okay. On to Harbor Keep. Basically, Harbor Keep, it looks like things are a bit worse here than Novia Magus. In that, they're not as distracted. For Harbor Keep, they're going around basically the land around it. You know, like picture, for example, let's say Sarum. So in Sarum, you know what's not on here? Winterbourne, Stoke, Idmiston, Newton, they're little tiny places. They're going across the manors in the Harbor Keep area and just like destroying noble land, messing with the commoners, stealing horses, those sorts of things.
Harassing more than anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking our cattle.
So we'll do a d20 roll for each of you. This time, d20 plus 2.
Someone roll a 20 so that we can fight Sissa now.
Let's do it. And put his head on a pike.
Look at all those low enemies everyone's facing. Okay.
So 6, yeah.
Yeah, so starting at the top, we have a spearman in red armor with a great spear, ready to fight Sir Jaren. Then we have a axe and spearman for Varys. Give me a d2 roll, good sir, Varys. Great spear.
Yep.
Yeah, we have the good news of that guy is he has less spear score than he does 200 weapon, so Might actually be
Okay.
okay. Go to Rothgar next, 18. You are fighting a horse skull wearing warrior. Give me a D2 mark.
1.
1. Two-handed weapon. Enemy.
Ooh, two-handed fight.
Yeah, this could be good.
Nice.
And last but not least, we got a 4. Spearman, give me a D2 as well, Callistus. 1. Two-handed weapon. All right, so starting at the top, we had Zach with the red armor, Spearman in red armor. Let's see what that looks like, Sir Jaren.
All right. And question: as far as passions, can we only roll them once per session, or is it once per fight? Like individual passions.
So normally, if this were the same conflict, I'd say you couldn't re-roll your passion, the same passion. I'm fine with it because these are separate conflicts with time in between. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Then this hate Saxon is just too juicy. It's the only thing that fits. I mean, he has love of family, but hate Saxon is just so appropriate here.
Yeah, I mean, when else do you get to use it?
All right. So horse plus passion is plus 10. Okay. Oh wait, no, he has a great spear that negates the horse bonus, right?
No, he has just a spear.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Let me confirm that, but I'm pretty sure.
I thought you said great spear, but I may be
He
wrong.
does. He does have a great spear. You were right. I'm sorry.
All
Does
right.
what does that change things for you?
It just takes away the 5 from the horse, I think.
Okay, so it still would have been a success.
That
Oh,
was
I
for
haven't-
passion.
Yeah, I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh,
Okay, I got 13 sword.
Okay. You outdo him. The great spear, so you can deal your damage. 19 damage. That will hurt. 2 minus 8. He's still standing, but you've done some significant damage already on your first pass as you carve into him. And with that, we go to who was it next?
Varys.
Varys next. Varys with a 5. You're fighting the Great
Great
Spearman.
Spearman again. Yeah. He's gonna hate Saxons as well again, because why not? As we've said.
'Tis the time.
Yep. And I got it. So, and he's gonna charge in with his spear again and try to impale this one just like he did the last one.
All right, let's see it.
And that should offset the 1-5. So. So I should have 5 from them being mounted, and 5 from the charge, 5 from the passion, and lose 5 because he's got a great spear.
Okay.
It's a hit.
All right, and you outdo him.
All right.
Give me your damage.
Damage. 20.
Oh, that was a good damage. 12. All right, so Varys, you end up stabbing your enemy. Pretty deep wound. They look to be gouged and bloody, but not down.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we go back to our next person, which was Rothgar versus the horse skull wearing warrior.
All right.
Rothgar, give me a folklore roll first. Plus 5.
Ooh.
Actually, plus 10. You're Saxon. Okay.
I'm good at folklore.
The horse skull wearing warriors are notorious for striking at your mounts when faced against mounted combatants. So if they succeed, they will aim to down your horse.
Ooh.
I guess I'm just gonna have to kill them first.
Okay, got it.
Sir Hrothgar is going to roll his honor, remembering the ancient oath that his ancestors swore to the king of Logris to forever protect it from invaders, even his own kin, and that's a crit.
No.
Awesome. All right.
Is it a plus
Immediately
10 at
becomes-
this level?
It is, and for a crit it will be, and it goes to 19.
Hot damn. Oh my god. Alright. Two-handed weapon. Plus 5 because he doesn't have a great spear. I'm assuming he doesn't have a great spear at least.
No, because there's two-handed weapon versus two-handed weapon.
Alright.
So,
So plus 5 and then plus 10, plus 15 total.
jeez.
I think this guy's gonna be dead. Unless I really roll like shit.
I was about to say, don't jinx it till you roll.
Which is possible.
He gets a -5 as well.
Oh my
boy.
god, I did roll like shit.
Yeah,
I
I
rolled
was
a
about to
2.
say,
That's
like, don't ask for it until, because there's always the crit factor option, right? So,
Yeah.
he gets his -5 to his skill. Okay. I was worried. I'm like, oh, watch him roll that 13. So you succeed. Give me your damage.
$18.
Oh, interesting.
God damn it, I keep rolling 1.
Still a lot of damage though. I think so far no one has completely eradicated their opponent, right?
Not yet.
We're
A lot of
just
people-
Places.
slowly bleeding them.
4, we got a spearman, and it was the spearman with two-handed weapon. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure. For Callistus, so you can give me your attack roll.
Oh, wait, I had to
he
text.
can't
I don't
do
think he... Yeah, he can't hear us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tried to, but then it was too loud or something. So.
Yeah.
Oh, roll. Oops.
I believe his attack roll is knight.
All right, he's impassioned.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Well, that's good because these guys can be. Apparently, number 4 is actually a pretty nasty opponent.
It is.
But he's not mounted, so that's good. Misses. All right. So, Callistus may do his damage. You guys have been like really successful at the right times here so far. So, jeez.
Nice.
And
Hot damn.
Oh.
that'll do it. That'll do. Bye-bye, first guy.
That's great damage too.
So 30 minus 8. He won't be like dead, but he's
He's messed up real bad.
he's out unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Suck it, Sussex. I got a.
It's our new chant, our battle chant as
Yeah.
we charge.
Got some Sean Connery in my mind right now as Sir Callistus. Right. Okay, we're back to the top of the round. We're gonna let Callistus. You're gonna resolve that conflict. So we're gonna put you on pause for a second. You can join someone the next round, not immediately, but the round. Oh, I'm talking to myself. You can't hear us.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go to the top again, and we're going at Sir Jaren versus the red armored spearman.
All right. 14.
Just checking to see what the red armored spearman has. I'm pretty sure it was a 10 with a great spear. Miss.
All right, let me roll some damage.
And you did what, 12 or 11 last time?
I think it was 11.
11 damage.
Yeah, I did the 12 last time.
So another 11, I guess.
Yeah, 22. They drop. You drop your opponent.
Nice.
All right, let's cut through them.
And Varys can't charge right now, so he's just gonna stab the guy again while he's got him right there.
Right.
Do the passion rolls stay for the whole encounter, or are they a one
Yes,
shot?
for the encounter they'll stay. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. And he's got a great spear, so he offsets the horse thing. Alright. You.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's low. That's bad.
Ah.
Oh!
Yeah, I'll load ya.
Yeah. I got some luck. Alright. That's horrible.
Oh no.
One damage.
The ones
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
prevalent tonight.
Were you the one that did 12 damage, or what did you
Yeah,
do?
I did 12 before, yeah.
Yeah, 12 plus 1. Well, you're still injuring him. This is a longer bout, longer fight. Okay, and then we go to Hrothgar versus his horse skull wearing warrior enemy.
Yep. This is plus 15. That's a crit.
Oh yeah, he's
Ooh, that's a natural crit as well.
okay. Give me your damage, good sir.
18
times 2.
2.
And you had
He's
10
dead.
damage before, right?
Yep.
Oh, no more head for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 18 damage, so 10 times 2 plus 10. Yeah, 30 damage. Okay. Yeah, he's dead. Do you
Yeah.
want to, like, again, barrier?
think-
Yeah, what are you doing this time?
Yeah, I think with this, Hrothgar just as he rides up towards this horse-skulled warrior, he would pull on his reins, slowing down enough that he's able to sweep the warrior off their feet, causing them to fall face first into the mud, and then trample over him with his horse as kind of a bit of a vengeance for the honorless cur that would be attacking horses.
Gotcha. Noted. What is your vengeful score?
I think it's the same as my forgiving.
13? Or...
No, it's
okay,
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I picked up what you're saying. So I'm gonna start doing glory now because you should have been doing it before, and it's gonna be painful if I don't try and start jumping. So horse skull wearing warrior was 15 glory for that.
Yep.
And then who else completely won so far? Was it just Callistus? It was, right?
Yeah, in this fight, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to go back to the first round later. This has got a 4, so it's fight spearman. Okay. Then we're gonna go back to those still left fighting opponents. So we go to Sir Jaren.
I think I still killed mine.
Yeah, you're right. You
it's
did.
all conscious.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the red armored one. 10 glory for that opponent.
Okay.
I think that leaves us with Varys. So Varys, you may make your roll again.
All right.
That's really good.
That's much better.
All right, give me your damage.
There we go. That's 12 to him.
He's down. You down your opponent.
Nice. All right.
And you're fighting what were you fighting again?
It was a axe and spear that had a great spear.
Yeah, 15 glory.
All right.
All right. So, as you clear the enemies around Axebridge, you're given notice that there were a number of ships still sailing. Some were confirmed to have headed like more out of sight of the harbor, and some began to fold in up here. So there's kind of like here, I'll just do it this way.
Almost
So
like a
there's-
blockade or something.
There's threat of here, and there's threat
Okay.
of up in here.
Okay.
Looks like these ones coming up here are gonna hit less defended areas, so we should go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Varys would do if that was brought up.
Okay. Question for you. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult for you, and I'll show you why. So you'll have to hit a crossing up in White City up here, and then down to Duplain. So they'll very likely, kind of like if you think of them down here somewhere,
Right.
you're gonna arrive late to the party if they hit Duplain. But you
Right.
could prepare the White City ahead of time. Alternatively, they did leave ships. You could literally try to sail behind them, and hit Duplain directly.
Well, we do
But-
have a couple people that are decent with boats.
We would have to leave our horses behind, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say run for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of using the boat and ambushing them, but it's without the
It's
horse.
probably better to ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could warn the White City too, so if they send
the
even
way
more
through.
ships up, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect.
I like that.
I need you all to test energetic.
All right.
Can we roll or keep our passion or roll a passion?
Yeah, you can keep. I'm gonna allow you to keep your passion applied for this right now,
Okay.
because it's all happening
dog.
within a matter of hours.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
Great.
up. As long as no one fumbles, that's really what I'm looking for.
We're all good so far. I think it's everyone.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
perfect.
And Rothgar crit.
Rothgar, that means that you get to tick energetic.
Do we find the Sir Sinjin equivalent in Harbor Keep that wants to join us? Do we just gather a bunch of bloodthirsty
Just-
knights?
Just keep
Yeah.
gathering, guys. There we go.
It's Gwyn, win.
Another Gwyn.
Gwyn and Mahangle.
Oh, Vengel 15, we want you. Romance 14, sure.
I guess.
Hey, he might need to, man. We never know.
So they're, they're closer to like the west coast, more so. Clarence is right north of Summerlin, and Askelin is just west of Summerlin.
Okay.
All right, so they will ride with you. you reach the White City, you raise alarms, and then you head down towards Duplain. This, if you think about this marker, you know, it was about 2.5, I think I said, from your original site to Novia Magus.
Yep.
And a slightly bit longer to Harbor Keep. This one is doubly slow, so the reason why you're testing energetic is you're hitting the White City by like the morning. Like it's almost sun up.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight through.
Yeah. And you managed to alert them, gather more recruits, and start to make your way to Duplain. Is that fair?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make our final test here for enemies. So this time, everyone, I want you to do 1d20 plus 4.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Oh, I don't think it's quite Wotan, but it's close.
Oh boy.
Ah, come on.
Well, Bob did want to see us rolling some higher level dice.
Can we intentionally seek out like
Yeah, right.
We
the
just
giant
take
one?
Out
20.
the elite.
Take 20. There you go.
Take 20.
Things are a bit more overwhelmed here, so there is a mechanic in this. One second.
Right. Okay, I'll be right back. I have to check something real quick.
Yeah.
Cool.
14. Okay, so we'll go to Varys second. We'll go to Hrothgar first. Hrothgar, funny enough, you're fighting Javelineers.
Fucking Javelineers back again.
It's gonna have a directed trait of hatred Javelineers soon.
Fucking Javelineers. Alright. I am going to roll Passion Honor. Once again, protecting Logris against the scourge of those fucking Javelineers. Success. Regular success this time.
Alright.
I will split. Put 4 to defending against Javelineer, and the rest towards killing him.
Okay. He will split 1 for sprinting, and he's gonna do 1 for sprinting, and then he's gonna put the rest into his Javelineer.
Alright. For me, it's going to be 4 plus 5 for Passion, 5 plus 4 horse. 14. Crit.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Let's see if the javelin gets through. Do you
That was to block the javelin.
was it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it just right off.
I
Your axe
cut it in
almost-
half.
Yeah. And he fails his sprint. So give me
Alright.
your attack.
So this is 14 plus 5 for horse and 5 from Passion, so 14 plus 10. That's plus 6 for me.
Wow.
oh, and there's another one.
Another one. All right, give us the damage.
Hey, much better. It's still those goddamn ones.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still.
20 damage on them in one go. Just toasty.
Yeah.
He's dead. All right.
Sir Varys certainly has a new respect for Sir Rothgar, that's for sure.
Right.
Dude's a monster.
We're
It's a
gonna.
Oh yeah.
We'll do Varys last. I think we'll go to Sir Jaren next.
That's fine.
Jaren, you roll.
All right.
What again? You roll. Low.
I think an 11, I think. And since we're actually nearing Salisbury, at this point he's gonna roll Passion of Love of Family. He's gonna be defending the lands. Hopefully, no ships go near Sarum. Well, no, we don't exactly know yet, but let's go with a different passion this time.
Got it.
All right. So whatever it is I'm facing down, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna swing at it.
And you rolled an 11, so you're facing a dual-armed warrior. So they have a bow and a two-handed mace. It's basically
So I split then.
it's one. It says ×2 is dangerous. One bowman and one maceman.
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll split my skill then. Okay. We'll go. Because I'm just blocking the arrow, or do I have to split 3 ways to block arrow and attack the archer
Both.
and attack?
Yeah. If you wanted to do all those, alternatively, you could save the bowman for another round, block his arrow, and just cut down the other guy.
Oh no, this is Jaren.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
we're going 3 ways. All right. First, blocking the arrow is going to be 4, and then the 2 attacks are going to be 10 each. So let me do some mental math here. We're going to do the blocking the arrow first.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be this minus this. All right, so 12 for, because I get plus 10 from the passion, plus 5 from the horse.
Okay. What were you rolling for first? Again.
Blocking the arrow.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for all of it for you. No.
Oh, okay,
No,
yeah.
Let's make
No.
it thematic. What's it? Bowman does not hit you. So now it's the
Alright.
maceman.
So now, or should I attack the archer? I guess it don't matter which one I hit.
Attack the archer. He cannot defend.
All right, so I had 10 worth of skill on this one, so this plus 1.
He's
All
probably
right.
dead. See how that goes.
Well, let's just get some damage then.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, he
He's
did.
Super dead. And onto the maceman. As you
All right,
carve into him.
10 skill into this one. Having plus 15 added to everything really helps.
Right.
All right. You are successful.
All right, damage. Oh,
damage.
another decent
Alright.
hit.
Yeah.
He is still standing, but you carve through and you're left with one enemy.
All right, yeah. Sir Jaren is just slashing wildly at this point. He's very good at it. The technique that he has is well known, and these poor Saxons are finding out about it pretty late here.
Yeah, you'll gain 10 glory for these enemies too once you finish them. So 20 total, I think, is how that would work. Because you have to face 2.
All right.
And then we go on next to who we got left? Varys and Glacius?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's do Varys first because Glacius can't hear anything. We'll do.
Alright. So who am I fighting anyways? I didn't hear that.
Right, no, I probably didn't tell you. You are wearing a warrior in blue cloak.
A
they
warrior
have.
in blue.
Oh no! Give me a D2 roll, good sir.
Is it gonna be a great spear again? Cause yeah.
Yes, if you. Oh.
There you go.
Great spearman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he has
that's my luck.
chainmail and he has a helm.
Okay,
Ooh.
so he's actually decked out pretty good then.
Yeah.
I might have to steal his stuff. All right. And I'm gonna have to roll a passion for this. And so I'll do that. Failed.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's
No,
okay. It was
I-
a 15.
Um.
Are you? Oh, knowing because I'm in a real big load of trouble.
Can you roll a different passion
Right.
after this one?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Varys will, he's gonna rush in because
Yeah.
that's what he does. He's gonna
Oh boy.
bring his spear
Okay.
around.
Let's give me your roll. Serious.
Yeah. I still get the 5 there at least. Oh yeah, take it.
Oh.
That's a crit.
How did you end up with a +5?
Mounted, and then I'm
He has
charging.
great spear.
I'm charging though too.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you had
I have a 15 base, and then just a
right.
5.
You didn't fumble. Sorry, I was thinking you fumbled your.
Yeah, no, it was just a fail. It was a 15, so.
Right. It's down to 15, so it doesn't penalize you actually.
Right, exactly. I can't lose another point tonight. So now do I roll the spear's damage or my horse's damage since I'm charging?
Well, 1 sec.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You roll the horse's damage.
Okay. Roll good, please. I need all the help I can get. Thank you.
Oh. That doubled.
Yeah.
What, 52? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Finish him off in one go. That would have been very bad
Nice.
for you if you lost it.
I know, because I knew as soon as you said great spear, I was in trouble.
It seems so
'cause-
one-sided, but the guy had a 20 skill in it too.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
would have hurt. Would have hurt for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm only at 15, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely down someone that was better skilled than me.
You you can take 15 glory, and then his armor will amount to a 10 armor if you choose to take his chainmail.
Totally taking it. Oh yeah, totally. It's an upgrade.
That's how mercenary knights get outfitted.
Yep, exactly. And I'll keep the old stuff for something else in case I need it.
All right.
That was awesome.
We'll go to Sir Glacius next. Sir Glacius rolled. I have all the rolls up in a screenshot, so I can look at them now. 14. So he has a wealthy warrior.
Ooh.
Oh, decked out in gold.
Dangerous. Look at that two-handed weapon, and it says ransoms. So there's a ransom capability on this.
Nice.
Let's see what he's wearing. Oh no.
Oh.
He is fighting the two-handed weapon 25 skill opponent. See
Thought
how
I was
this
in a
goes.
bad shape.
He has chainmail, I think. Wealthy warrior, yeah. Chainmail. And
Oh,
Yeah.
16 loyalty lord.
is that plus 10?
No, it's +5. I'm almost sure it's +5 for a 15.
Oh. But doesn't he take a -5 or something, or is that something else?
No, he gets an automatic 16 down this
gotcha.
guy.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Yep. It was only a 15 threshold.
Yeah, if he was a 16, it would have been +10.
Right. Right.
Oh, I was crit on the lance.
Almost. We've had some really timely rolls tonight.
Wait, what? Hold on, 1 sec.
2 versus
Two.
5.
Let me just make sure I rolled the
'cause-
first one okay. Yeah, I did. So 2 versus 20, it should have said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still good for our guy.
And this one has... Does he have a shield? Nope.
Dual wielding 2-handed swords.
Right? That's right, 2-handed sword, it makes sense. The 22,
Rocking monkey grip and stuff.
12 damage. Wait, so as we finish the first round, who has finished off their enemies?
Varys did.
Bryce did?
Yep.
What about Jaren?
Yeah.
Did Jaren?
Jaren killed the archer, but not the maceman.
Yeah, right. And wounded the maceman. Yeah.
And Hrothgar did.
Hrothgar killed his enemy?
And Hrothgar. Yep.
Okay. This round, Hrothgar and Varys find themselves facing a Wotansman.
Oh.
Wotansman.
Oh.
And
Bringing out the big guns.
Yeah. And so with this, Jaren, obviously if you kill, you can engage into this fight as well. Like once you do so. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll start with you continuing to fight your enemy. Your current-
All right. Well, maceman, it is time to sword. He is my only target, so all of it going towards him.
Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help a lot.
That
I think he had a mace of like 18, didn't he? -2. -5 now. Yeah. So he does hit, but or it does succeed, but you succeed greater, and he doesn't have a shield, so it doesn't matter. 20 times 2 minus 10 or 8.
yeah, I think he was hurt already before, so just
Yeah,
lops
he was.
off. Well, perhaps lops off most of the head. It dangles by a little bit, just blood spraying.
Gross. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, we'll go to. So who's left? Circulates is still had an enemy standing.
Right.
Yeah, your passion's still active, as same scene.
If you fail to activate it, is that like disabled? So you can only try another one.
Yes, kind of for
Okay.
the scene. Yeah. For
Yeah,
your
no,
team.
that's cool.
Jeez.
Nice.
All these. How many
All the
crits you
crits.
guys had? Yeah.
We've had them pretty much all night. Yeah.
Should we probably should have been calculating glory for them, right?
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at the history now. Those.
Oh, do
good
you
thing
get
that I can
extra
search for
glory
the word
crit?
Yeah, you get them at the level of your skill
Oh.
unmodified. So not the bonuses and stuff. But
Well, that's pretty handy.
yeah. I'm just gonna roll a d20 and I'll look up his stats later. He's gonna miss, so
Oof. Good thing for the crit.
and he already took some 19 times 2 minus 8 just alone, and he already took some.
Yeah.
30 plus what 10. He's dead. And who is he fighting? He's fighting the well, I got a picture.
Are you able to like not kill him and ransom him since he was ransomable, or you just if you do too much damage it's over?
You do too much damage, Silver. Yeah.
Just too good.
Wealthy dead warrior. Yep. He confirmed it. There's not going to be any opportunity for that. So wealthy warrior. It's
Take his
15 glory.
gear.
Yeah,
Take
he
it
said-
all.
There's some advantage to fighting these guys, right? These
Yeah.
more dangerous ones. Okay.
Well, they got better gear than I do.
Yep. Most of them don't. Most of them have 8, but the wealthy warriors
Yeah.
and certain ones do.
Right.
Okay, so now we go to our 2 knights that are facing the Wotan's men, and then it becomes 4 knights facing the Wotan's men next. So,
Okay. What do they have? For weaponry?
They have 2 weapons. They get to throw a heavy javelin and get to strike you.
Right.
Let's see what their other weapon is.
Javelineer.
Oh, 2-handed weapon. So
Well, that's good.
Let's see who's getting the javelin first.
Well, it's
Okay.
obviously Hrothgar. He's the magnet for those.
Yeah, the last time I faced off against someone with a javelin, I got dehorsed and knocked
Yes.
unconscious.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
Okay, so
Oh.
that means Varys, you'll have to split to try and not eat that, and it's a heavy javelin, not a regular javelin. Just so you know.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
so it's even worse.
Yeah, it's a little worse. Now, you haven't obviously had the chance to put on chainmail. If you did,
Right.
you would you could, but you'd have to miss a round.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So do I still have the capability of charging? Like they didn't just waylay me like right on my horse, or
Nope.
they're at range? Okay.
You have the ability to charge, but a missile weapon always goes first.
Right. So they could mess me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened
They could
last
mess you up
time.
before if you try to just eat it. They could completely down you
Right.
before you get.
Okay, I've never really split a pool before, so do I just split up my total skill and my spear?
You
or
split up your
whatever?
skill, then you apply your bonuses after. So you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like, let's say you had a +5 for mounted. You would get in your skill is a 10, and you decide to split 5 and 5. It would be 5 plus 5 and 5 plus 5, right? So.
Okay.
So you can split whatever way you want. You're just gonna tell me what you're splitting where out of your skill.
All right. I'm gonna focus on dodging that spear more than anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna split my. Is it my spear skill that I split, or is it horsemanship, or what?
It is whatever skill that you're
I'm
using. So
attacking
spear expertise, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll split it 10-5. 10 to dodge and 5 to the attack. I know I'd have like no chance, but just giving it a shot.
Yeah. And then he's not using a great spear, so you get your
Right.
bonus
So I'll
there.
get some bonuses. So I'll get 10 off of that for being charging and 5 for the spear advantage.
Okay.
So let's see. First one will be to dodge the spear, I guess.
Yeah. The hard part about making the roll is doing the math.
What is it? Just a D20 to start off with?
I mean, you can just click your skill, but if you split 10 and 5,
Yeah.
you would factor in like -5 in the very beginning, and then you add all your modifiers because you took that 5 points off to split.
So
Okay.
so if it's -5, so you have a skill of, what's your normal skill? 15?
Yeah.
And you're taking a 10 to dodge, right?
Right. Yep.
And then you're adding a +10 for mounted and charging? Is that
Right.
correct? So it's just a skill roll +5 then.
Okay. Well, pass.
9.
He's gonna hit you.
Oh.
Now you get to apply your shield, which might be and he didn't crit, so
Yeah.
so he
Okay,
only
not
does
too
1
bad.
damage.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
Sweet.
he does a little bit
No,
more than
he-
that. 17
yeah.
-8 -6. It's 3
Right.
damage.
3. That's
So-
still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then to do my attack, then it's the same basic roll
Yeah.
again.
And I have to
except
split now for his next attack. I have to split between you and Mark.
Okay.
So
So then
he's
my
gonna go-
attack.
He's already hitting a -5, isn't he?
Yeah,
Who does
'cause
he
I got
hate
the-
more?
It's the question, isn't it?
Varys, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring it. Bring it.
Uh,
I'll take the javelin and kill you too. Let's do it.
Open split will be. I'm not gonna split a lot because he's already hitting a penalty. So we'll do 18 and 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah, 18 and 1, and then he's gonna get -5 because you're mounted.
Right.
So we can apply Varys's action first.
All right. So now the modifier here, since it was a 5, I'll have to take the 10 off. It's just at a +5 or what?
So I think in this case, you lose charge, right? In this case, because you've kind of already charged.
Yeah.
So you'd be at.
I'd be
plus-
even
I think it just.
+5,
I think it's -5. Isn't it?
-5. Okay,
Yeah.
it's good enough. It's fine. Hey, pass at
Success.
least.
You got something. It's worth
Yeah.
it. You don't know. He could miss. So
That would be
18
nice.
-5.
Nope.
Nope. He didn't crit
Oh.
though. He did
Yeah.
not
He-
yeah. He did not
Mm.
crit. But I got to eat that heavy axe or whatever now. So.
Two-handed weapon.
This is gonna
Yeah.
hurt.
Could roll.
Oh my
Because
gonna
god.
hurt.
Shit.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, these Wotans are no
Probably.
joke.
Yep. Yep.
26 minus. What was it?
-8, -6. Because you did get
Yep.
your shield. That one, rolling that one is going to make a significant survival. So you only take 12 damage, where it could have been.
And then do I have to check for knockdown or whatever?
What is your
Or
knockdown?
unconscious? That's the unconscious thing, right?
No, it says knockdown
Like
next
your
to
size.
size.
Oh.
Yeah.
Size. 13.
Okay. You don't have to test for knockdown.
Oh, okay. And so I
Oh.
took 12 more damage.
Do you take a major wound there?
What's a major wound? Occur
That
at?
shouldn't be next to your, I think, con.
Con.
Okay, let's see. Nope, not yet.
Okay. You're hanging on. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
took the wound,
He's all
but
bloody,
you
though.
drew his attention, and now we'll see
Yep.
what happens with Hrothgar, who only has to go
Yeah.
against the opponent of one skill.
Right. Varys is like
Uh,
nearly hanging onto his horse at this point.
Am I still impassioned, or is that lost during the previous round?
I think we well, when you went from this guy to, if you're impassioned last round, you still get to go. Same
Alright.
fight, same scene. So.
Alright, so total of +10. 5 for being on horseback. 5 for impassioned. Another crit.
All right, and he misses.
Beautiful.
Ooh. Alright. Hey, nice roll.
Yeah, it is.
2 1s again, for Christ's sake. This always happens.
He drops. Okay.
All right.
So
Oh,
I just
yeah.
come up behind him and slash him open using my great axe.
You both get 12 glory for that guy. Like, it splits between the two of you.
Okay.
Facing him
Yeah.
solo would have been 25.
Right. Okay.
We're gonna wrap it up there. You're going to go through a number of these kind of exchanges. So I'm going to give you all plus 30 glory for this. And then we're going to go back and figure out any time I didn't tell glory other than criticals. I'll do criticals later. But
Okay.
I think
Well, I kept track of mine in my notes, so.
yeah, let's go through round 1. Let's see if we can remember who we fought in round 1. I think we had Rothgar fighting a Javanier, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so Rothgar, you got an 8 glory that first time.
Alright.
Zach, do you remember who you fought the first time? Okay,
I
so
don't.
let's see if I can find it.
I am scrolling back up through.
I think it's too far. I think it went off the. Cause like all I see is the energetic part.
Let's see. I rolled a 12 for the first one.
12 for the first.
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
for the first
12
is the Shield Warrior.
Did I fight 2 of those then? Shield Warrior with Spear?
Sounds about right. And he failed.
You might
like,
have been.
Yeah, he failed to roll his success, so you just got free damage on him. Like he didn't get his 16 deck block. So with that, the Shield Warrior, you got 15 glory for the Shield Warrior.
Alright.
All right. I don't remember who Callistius fought. We'll have to backtrack that later. I think now is a good time to wrap. Effectively, you'll find out a couple of things this year. You do manage to block any raids hitting Serum or beyond, which is good because a lot of Salisbury is further over fighting way over here. So,
Right.
you find out they did try to raid Yarmouth, but as noted, it was well fortified. They also tried to raid Camulos, again well fortified. And you find out the fate of Anderida. So all of Anderida, every man, woman, and child was sacrificed to Woden.
Woo.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Those bastards.
Yeah, I don't think they're helping their case any here.
Okay. All of you, all please test hate Saxons. Mark, do you even have that skill? I guess because they're invaders, right?
I didn't put it on my sheet, but if it's supposed to be there, it's supposed to be there. Because,
I
like,
think-
it's kind of weird, because originally, like, the Baroque Saxons are meant to be fighting, like, the Picts and the Scots.
Mhm.
Right.
So I think that would be more likely what the hatred would be, but it's possible it's Saxons.
What about hate invaders?
Hate other.
That could work. Hate other.
All right.
I think hate invaders works. Especially for what the
That's
Baroque
what their
are about.
oath was, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
So, question: the sacrifice of the men, women, and children, is that like unheard of? Like that's like a new thing in this war, or has this happened before?
Look at that.
Oh, and then you crit on it. Are you kidding me?
That's hilarious.
That is great.
Because it's so low, Mark, roll a d6.
Alright.
Rather than checking, you just get to up your hate invader to 10.
Alright.
Nice.
That fits.
Yeah. And then the rest of you, with your successes, you all get to tick hate Saxons.
All right.
Because most passions are useless till 10.
Yeah.
They're real arguably not a passion. It's like, I'm mediocre. I have
They mildly
kind
annoy
of
me.
care.
Yeah, I'm mildly annoyed by this group. All right. To answer your question, Zach, it's not like nothing has ever been heard of like that. Like, there's the Night of Long Knives. There's lots of like things that are considered Saxon folklore, but to actually hear the news that happened in your lifetime and something you were experiencing, that would be probably a bit more ruthless, and not a couple of sacrifices, but an entire town.
Right.
That would be
I was gonna say,
the quantity.
like hearing about sacrifices is one thing, but them doing a whole town, it's nuts.
Oh, and we figured out that woman is basically just Odin. It's like their interpretation of Odin.
It
Yeah.
really is. It's
Yeah.
just
It's like never
the
get the brand name. You got to have the Odin at at
Exactly.
home. Good old
I mean,
Wotan.
well,
All right, gang. Well, why don't we wrap it up there?
All right.
It's-
Thanks for
it's
running,
late.
man. It's
Hope
been
y'all
great.
had fun.
I
Yeah,
did. It was worth it.
All right, man.
definitely.
Yeah, good stuff, guys. Lots of crazy good rolls tonight. The amount of crits
Yep.
was insane.
Yeah, the crits were just off the hook tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
All right.
Yay.
Bye bye.